Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the Weekly WAYPN. I'm Cal.
And I'm Sonny.
aka
Henry and Sangita.
Today, we're starting off with Stephen,
Yes.
Jamie, Hall, Flack,
Hooray!
aka Genuine Vision.
Yee.
I don't know why he started out as sort of like Mexican and then he turned French.
Was he? What?
It's because I have no ability to do accents.
It sounded like you were French throughout. Anyway, next step of the diorama for the Druid Stone piece from Reaper Mins is done. Stream bed in more or less done. Started the stream bed. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because I was thinking stream like his Twitch stream for some reason.
That's fair enough. I
Okay.
mean.
And then started the ground cover. Put it the standing stones I sculpted, etc. Can't finish the ground cover or under texture on the two hillocks until I craft the two birch trees. That will go on top of them. Progress through and happy how it's beginning to shape up.
Yeah, it is looking quite good.
Want to see the dragon?
But yeah, no, I think it's looking really good. But
It looks like a dried river, like that's how real it looks.
but I mean, like the thing is, if you put some sand in there and some actual river stones. But the only thing I worry about here, right, is him painting this. Like, I hope he doesn't paint this because it looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Well, why would he be painting it?
Because like sometimes people will paint stuff like this so that they can get like every sort of aspect controlled down to a T. So like you control the light values and all of that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess I would agree on that because it looks really good. It reminds me of our forest path, and that's like the creek dried up.
Oh, you're talking about on our property.
Yeah,
then
the trek.
Yeah, the
up
trek.
at the trek. So I was just like, ooh, it looks like that.
It does just look like an Australian rainforest.
But if he's if it's not a river but more like a creek, you can just put the water effect straight onto that and maybe a bit of coloring because that's how the bed of the creeks usually look like that, like soil like.
Not really soil. No, because like it's usually rock or it's sand.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like that's what you're always looking at, rock usually.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
like I guess the rock sort of blended in, but it's looking good, my dude.
Really nice.
We like, come on, I'm always a sucker for this kind of stuff, aren't I?
But how did he do the little rune stones?
He made them himself.
Yeah, but how?
Magic.
Okay, great, fantastic.
It seems like Sonny.
Everything.
Seems like Sonny is trying to suggest something.
More steps, please.
But yes, so he got in before we actually finished off our review. But yeah, so next up we have Alan. Alan.
Calling McMurrow from Infinity. Done. Definitely done. And look at him. I remember my exact comments.
Hold up. Okay, good. I remember how every time we look on a post for too long, if I'm on the main one, it stuffs everything up.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Alright, so I remember my comments being, nice.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, no, I think I wrote it down. Yeah, you said, what did you say? Yeah, you went, nice.
Because I was just like passing by and he had it on the TV and I was just like, ooh, nice. But like, instead. But yeah, look at him. Look at him. So much to say. Beautiful kilt.
It is a beautiful kilt.
And the fur is looking very furry.
So,
but doesn't he look glossy to you in terms of the hair, the fur part?
No, it doesn't to me. I think the steel is looking really good. So remember he said that he was having trouble with steel before. And I was looking... I look at this, right, and I think that's way better. But it seems like when he's doing swords, he's a lot better than doing guns. And I think the reason for that is is because there's a lot of tutorials out there on swords specifically, right? And like you sort of have a good idea of how swords reflect, and like modern guns are designed to be matte. Like the whole reason,
is true. Yes.
the whole reason they stopped using swords is because essentially, in World War II, people kept shooting the commanding officers because of their swords, because they'd be able to tell which ones they were, because they'd carry the swords about, and there's the snipers, and they'd just write.
But what if everyone else just carried a sword for like, you know?
Well, that would be rather expensive. Swords were, and still are, very expensive.
Oh, okay.
But so talking about this, I think the tartan is absolutely beautiful. What I like is these little white bits where they sort of pop up quite prominently against the red, and see here where his knee is raised, it seems to be highlighted.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that was really good, is not really so much the highlight, but it's more that he's actually painted in the stretching of the fabric, and as you like raise one part of it, and the pattern would be
it does look as if it's highlighted to me, because like I can see shadows in there. You know, look at the shadows in the fold of the clothing. I can see that.
Yeah, I suppose it looks like it's kind of carried through everywhere.
Well, I think it looks very good. So I think the face looks good. I like the black nose. The only thing that I would comment on the face at all is, I know that this is usually a major no-no, but maybe either using a semi-satin or using an actual satin varnish on it. So using a semi-satin paint to give that difference in that difference of kind, because the dog noses are quite wet and like it's quite matte.
It's like matte on the tops, but it is a bit glossy where the nostrils are.
It is glossy all over, but like if their nose is more matte, that's usually a bad indicator of health.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So either he is a sick doggo, or he's
Well, it looks pretty shiny with that little highlight there. I don't know.
I'm saying like painting wise, it's perfect. But I guess also the other thing is, right, this is, so you remember how other Alan is I can't even remember what that comedy sketch is from, but the thing is that sometimes it depends on what the judges of this area sort of like. So I feel like the base is a bit basic.
Yeah.
So it does have the mandatory 3 elements, right? It's got the rock, it's got the tufts, it's got some gravel, right? It all works, but it just doesn't quite have that same feeling of attention that the rest of the model does.
I would agree on that.
Because I take a look at it, right, and there is just so much attention to detail in every way, shape, and form on this model. So like you're right. Here with the stretching, you can see it a bit more. With the fabric, you can see like how it's straight there. Yeah, no, you're right. It is. It shows off a great deal of talent.
Yeah, exactly. Like that is the kind of attention to detail he has shown in the model, and it's a bit sad that the base doesn't quite have.
Yeah, so
that.
I'd say that'd be definitely the room for improvement. But I mean, what is a WAYPN podcast without Henry criticizing a base?
Henry the bass boy.
Yes, he's a basic boy.
Come on, honey.
Anyway, so the other bit is the logo here, the skull logo.
Yeah.
On this side, it's quite flat, but if you take a look at this side, there's a bit of shadowing in with it.
I'm
not sure if it's just
It could be the light.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it does seem like a lot brighter up at the shoulder area.
Yeah, so
there.
it might just be the light of the thing. I
Yeah.
really like the glows. I think they come across quite nicely. I like the shadowing here. As for what to improve, primarily I'd say the base. I'd say what you have done the best is the tartan. The tartan is just absolutely beautiful. Like here, like that's the biggest criticism I'm going to give to the tartan. There's one bit which is a bit chunky, you know.
Yeah, but like no one's gonna see that as much, I suppose. But like sometimes when a model's so well made, you just start to
it's like when
things.
you clean a room, and the cleaner you get it, the more like
You notice.
any like slight bit of dirt is just a bit worse off.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so I think everything about this is fantastic, except for the base.
Yeah.
I think you did the tartan the best. I think the sword looks fantastic, and I think if you continue that with your non-metallic metal, I think you will do really well. I just really like it all around. Like, it's not often that I prefer the steel to the gold in a piece. Like, the gold is a bit weaker here, right?
Yeah,
But
that's another thing I noticed was the gold was a bit weak as well. But like I think
it's not bad.
yeah,
But see, like, it might also be a deliberate choice to make the swords.
sword more stand out. Yeah.
Yeah, but the glow effect is just beautiful. I love that. That looks fantastic. So yeah, what your best feature, the tartan, the fur. Yeah, it's not I would say as great as the rest of the model. Like, I'd say that the rest of the model is really good, and I'd say the fur's okay. But this is once again that clean thing, you know? Like, the fur looks good, especially with the front view. And yeah, so I think that's pretty much all I can say.
Yeah,
right?
there's usually always trouble trying to like talk about technique painting wise when we're not that level, or we don't make that level of consideration ourselves in painting.
Or we're trying to rush through things.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess because we're not painting to that standard all the time. But yeah, so a base would be the thing for us. And yeah, let's move on to the next one.
Alright, so we've got more from Stephen Jamie Hall
Flack. Yes. Nearly forgot. Made a start on painting the base for the Morbag the Goblin project. Recording each step as I go. First 3 parts of the project are up on my YouTube channel already. Part 4, building the base, is nearly finished editing and will be released soonish. This is part 5 I'm working on now. Painting the scene, all made with stuff from my garden. Ooh, Amma would love stuff like that.
Yes, but feel free to share your YouTube stuff here for sure, man.
Yeah,
because
link it.
because you're putting your stuff up on here, you know, like, that's the big thing. You put your stuff here, we want to see more of your stuff. Like, we want to be like, I know YouTube, it's mostly the shares you get from YouTube itself. It's not from like tiny dinky areas like this. But if we can give a tiny bit of a boost, we'd love to. But let's take a look.
So how come it's got a masking tape and such?
Because he's got a plinth under here.
What's a plinth?
So essentially it's a nice piece of wood, or, you know, other material that, like, it's a column that you put the piece on the top of to make it look nice. So, like, everything else is, you know, taped up so that when he removes all that tape, it's just going to be, say, a lacquer wood, or just straight gloss black or whatever, right? Which makes that stand out even more.
Right.
But yeah, I love the shadows. The shadows are great. But I tell you what, if he can do with the basing what he did with the other one,
Oh yeah.
that is going to look absolutely amazing. But I tell you what, just those shadows, like, I really want to find some saltbush and start making my own trees here. But that's another story for another day. Let us move on because this is just a work in progress. But yeah, Stephen, 100% show off your YouTube stuff. Alright, so... Oh, and I think there was a... Yeah,
this is awesome. I was wanting to do an Elda old school #sorry not sorry scout. This amazing would be perfect.
Yeah, and I love the interaction of our people. But yeah,
it's Joseph.
It is.
He's teaching himself to play again, honey.
I see.
We need him to.
He's playing with himself.
Yes, it's. Where's his friends, honey? Where's Joseph's friends?
They're shitty friends. Anyway.
Anyhow, I taught myself to play Marvel today, and when I was done, I played around with all my terrain and minis. Here's the culmination of the last 2 months' work. Police and fire vehicles are toy cars from eBay. Buildings and shipping containers are printed paper on old pizza boxes. The mat itself is printed from an image from the Muse on Mini's web store. I set the printer to print a custom size of 3 foot long, but apparently it resets from custom back to 80 between prints. It's good enough for now, even if I'm missing 2 inches.
Okay, let's take a look. So I think the good thing about this is we'll be able to see everything come together. I'm going to actually open these ones up a bit.
This is quite nice.
I think that the map might be a bit wrinkly on the sides, but other than that, it's really good.
Ooh, is that like an ad box?
An ad box?
Yeah, that thing yeah, that thing. What is that?
We'll take a look when we get closer in.
Look at the ooh. Is that what is that? Cargo at the back. We got the house, and then we've got the side of the road. Ooh, this one's nice. This is the best view of all that traffic. Oh yeah, nothing beats traffic.
Oh, no, I'm not going to get into that.
Look, Hulk is there. He's gonna smash all the traffic away, honey.
Alright, so let's take a look here at that.
Ooh.
Over here. But yeah, like it is nice seeing everything actually come together. And like I guess it's also
fun.
nice having a bit of a break from commenting on
Fire
things.
Department, look at yes. There was Spider-Man on there.
Top. But see the big thing is with this game, terrain is often movable by the various people, so you can throw cars and that sort of thing.
Yeah, which is...
I do think you're right. I think it's an ad box.
Oh, it is an ad box, yes.
I have never seen such things in a city, but
maybe it's just the UK style of ad box. Like, different countries have different sort of.
I guess I'm just a country bumpkin.
Country bumpkin.
But I tell you what, it is nice seeing it all come together, and like it looks so nice. But you know what's ironic? These ones look so fake next to Joseph's painted up ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is true actually. I think because it's more close to the modern style of cars.
Yeah, you might be right that it's like the what have I done?
Ultra zoom.
But yeah, I think I just really like it.
Yeah.
But it is nice seeing it all come together, my dude. Mm-hmm. And this is what it's about, right? You paint for a reason, and your reason is to play games. And I think it looks absolutely fantastic.
Yes, I think so too.
And I hope you get in some good games with your mates.
Yes.
All right. Next up, we've got
Patrick update on halflings.
So I think he's just added some green to this fellow here. Yeah, he's just added some green to it. And like there's nothing wrong with that. Look, guys, if this is all you get done in a week, don't give yourself a hard time.
Yeah, like you've done something.
Like the thing is, we've had a full-on week, and our full-on week is doing up mini stuff, right? And that means that we've done less YouTube stuff. It means that we've done less advertising stuff. And the thing is, everybody has different weeks. Don't give yourself a hard time because you didn't get a lot done. This is great.
Yeah. We always say, what do you say? You say, all progress is good progress?
All good progress is good progress.
Yes.
If it is actual progress and not regress.
Oh, more from Joseph. Work has started on the lonely tree. I'm following a video guide, but the painting is done in fast forward, so it's often impossible to tell you what they're doing. Yeah, I think I've overdone the OSL, but it's too early to tell. I'm gonna have faith. Sorry, can I just finish?
Yep.
I'm gonna have faith and wait and see. It'll be a learning experience either way. I don't know.
Well,
it's looking good.
I mean, like that was always a mistake. Okay, so I think that like the thing that I've learned about contrast, it is very hard to overdo good contrast, and I think, you may think that you've overdone the OSL, but it's not nearly as bad as you think it is.
Because I can actually already start to see some of that, lighting effect.
Yeah,
come through. I think there's gonna be more on top of this, and I've already started to see some come through, and I think it's good.
We've got top contributor yet again.
Well, how do you know? Okay, never mind. Started testing some color sheets after catching the 10th edition bug.
Aha! I get it, because it's a Tyranid, the 10th edition bug.
Right. I'm leaning towards the turquoise weapons, but not sure what color I should then do the coils and the flesh gaps.
Okay, so let's take a look here. I'm gonna zoom it in a bit. And the thing I think about with all of this, right, is repeatability. That's what Tyranids need more than anything else. You've got to be able to repeat the schemes. So as a counterpoint to the turquoise, there's the obvious orange.
Right, yeah, because that's the opposite color in the scheme, and it'll boost the contrast.
So you could have like an orange eye there, orange with the gun things, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like it'd also contrast well against the green of the hide here.
Yes.
But yeah, it all depends on...
Oh, he's got a purple one.
Yeah. It all depends on what he wants to do. But like the only thing that I would say, my dude, is when it comes to Tyranids, think about, all right, can I do this another 1,000 times? Because that's certainly going to be how it feels.
Yeah. I get that.
I have done up a lot of Tyranids. I think I have 190 Hormigants done.
Oh, that's a lot.
And yeah, it felt like doing 1,000. So just keep that in mind. That's the only thing I would say. I'd say
I think it's looking pretty good for like.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, like he's testing out color schemes, so like it's not even tabletop yet. It's just a tester. I'm not sure I like the green as much, the desaturated green. What do you think?
Oh, that's a very saturated green, actually.
I think it's desaturated.
It's saturated. All of it is actually very saturated.
Well, yes, the other parts I would say, but I'd say that's a desaturated green. Like,
no, it's very much like that green over there. You see the cup of the green, the lime green?
No, it is not like the cup.
It's a lime green, honey.
It is.
Maybe because the TV is making it look a lot brighter than it actually is. I don't know.
Perhaps. But yeah, I'm not sure about the green. But yeah, definitely you can do orange as the thing. It's all up to you though. It's your tastes, and don't let us or anyone else give you a hard time about it.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so... this thing's been kicking off. We've got about roughly 3k views with it.
Mm-hmm.
And last time we had a big kick at the end of the week, and then it went to quite a few more views. So maybe we'll get another kick. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh.
So next up, we've got Joseph.
And an update on his lonely tree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping the lantern light will look better once their frames are painted. Perhaps.
I don't know. I think it looks
nice, just like this. Yeah.
I don't think it looks bad.
It looks pretty good, pretty dang good to me. Like it's a
Well,
character level piece, if you ask me.
Let's see it evolve because I think he's done more. Okay, and this was Member Monday, so let's take a look at Spectre Studios and Joe R. Sutton because, as they always do, the new members were like, "Do up a post about it," and they're like.
No, I replied to this post.
No, boy, no. I'm scared of the people.
No,
the people are frightening.
Ooh, look at this.
Yes.
Look at this fancy boy.
All right.
Oh, that is a nice blue.
It is.
Very yummy.
Yeah, so it looks like he's just getting in the values for the blue. And I do believe this is Spectre Studios guy. And yeah, he's just painting in the values. You know, it looks like mostly airbrush work.
Looks good. Yeah, you seem to have really good control too.
You know, it's looking good. It is what it is.
Yes.
You know, but let us move on to Joe, who's
he's got his orc. It's an orc.
I think this might be his own custom model because, orc players love to make their own custom models. But you see the chunkiness of this part here? It just sort of stands out a bit and it makes me feel like he's been customizing this orc himself.
Okay.
So it is a work in progress. Right.
The details are coming in quite nicely, actually.
Yeah. So I think down here with the painted teeth and that sort of thing. You know, obviously they're not real teeth, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The spikes.
I think that's coming in. I think the metal is a bit shiny at a lot of places. I think that could come down because you've got some areas which are quite bright compared to the rest. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do understand that, yes.
But other than that, it's looking good. But I like the old second edition orc right here in the background. They used to produce these guys en masse and you'd get so many of them with the boxes. But that's neither here nor there. Let us move on. And I just want to say, guys, both of you, Spectre Studios and Joe, you know, thank you very much for joining us.
Yes.
And we really would like to see more from you. We do commentaries like this every week, and we hope that you will join in and participate with us.
Yeah.
Okay, let us move on. So, next up, we've got Cyan.
Yes, Cyan?
Cyan.
Cyan. Yes. Day off work, so I've started my Roughnecks based loosely off Starship Troopers. This is all pre-washed. There's a lot more to go, but this has taken 2 hours alone. More to come late week.
Oh yeah, no, my dude, everybody is surprised by how long their projects actually take. But yeah, all I'd like to say is, would you like to know more?
No, I don't get the reference.
Well, I have to educate Sunny, so
Yes.
Yes.
I'm only recently educated. Only recently in the past year have I truly been educated in the ways of the TV.
We've seen some great shows together. You thought that True Detective was really good, didn't you?
No, I thought True Detective was depressing, and sometimes I still have nightmares. Sometimes I'll just think about some scenes, and I'm just like, I get a seizure. I get a seizure straight up, and I'm like, I'm trying to have my afternoon nap. I did not need that scene to play out throughout my eyes. Why did you do this?
Yeah, he's just like, so you guys going to comment on the piece, or
Yeah. Well, this guy is coming along, and is it base coating?
So yeah, he's putting on the bases. So he's saying this is all pre-washed. So I think he looks exactly like the Starship Troopers, guys. I'm going to see if down here...
Oh, there's an update. Is that an update?
Yes, it is an update. I will take a look. Yeah, no. I should just... I fear typing in because that's going to cause problems for you, isn't it? If I type in.
You can type. I'll just...
Alright. So here we go. That's... Oh, no, he looks... He's
red.
Well, he's Anglo-coloured.
It's a red man.
Yeah, you just need to do up the straps a bit, and then he's pretty close to done. I'd put some more wash on that grenade there. I'd probably try for a much darker metal as your base.
Yeah, grenades are usually like pretty much matte black, isn't it?
Yeah, but I do believe in this show, because it's sort of sci-fi-ish, they're quite steel. Give me a second. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to... shift troopers. Yep, here we go. And then go image.
Oh.
So that's the most famous shot of it, and that's how they look. Yeah. I'm just taking a...
Oh my god, it's that guy. Yeah, Neil Patrick. Look how
Harris.
Look how young he looks.
Yeah,
I'm buff lady.
You know, she's not as buff as some of the ladies that we have around today. It's sort of a time capsule. So here we go. This is sort of how they look in the film.
Ooh, fancy, but I don't see any metal grenades.
No, I don't see metal grenades either. But let's go back and take a look. Alright, so taking a look at this, I'd say probably do 2 washes over the grenade, and I think you'll be good. Like 2 light washes. Don't soak the thing. His chin strap needs to be done up, and then I think he's mostly good. I wouldn't even bother with the eyes. Yeah, no, I think that the color scheme's good. It's very much like a real army sort of color scheme.
Yeah.
But one of the big things that I would say, if you want to sort of step up your game and try things out, is dusting the feet. Like you'll see brushstrokes do this a lot.
With the pigment powder, right?
Yeah. And like that will give it a much more realistic feel.
Agreed on that. On that.
And like I think it's, you know, like it's an army guy. Like obviously you haven't done up the banner yet, but I mean like that's pretty much what it is. And like I feel like this is good for army guy because one, like the greater majority of it is easy to do. You've got these colors here and here to break up the silhouette, which makes it nicer to look at. And like that's pretty much all you need. Like it's hard to it's
just army guys. They're not really like that exciting because they're not meant to be exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
It's like the Tyrannid from before, right? There's going to be like hundreds of these guys fighting hundreds of these other guys.
The swarm is coming for you.
Yeah, and like I think there's nothing wrong with the color scheme. There's nothing wrong with what you've done thus far. Once he's finished up, I think you'll feel a lot better, and I think you'll have a better idea of where you're going. All right, so yes.
Oh, he has posted something.
Yes, video. Okay.
Is it video?
Can we?
What? Facebook.
It says Facebook.
This is a link to his page, I think. Part 4 finally finished up. I don't think it's a video. It's just a thumbnail.
The video link is. Oh, it's in his Discord. Okay. Because it might be his sort of keeping it secret.
Maybe, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. All good.
Okay,
but I like seeing the goblin.
Okay, I see the goblin.
And now
the
you see that's what he was covering up before.
Very, very nice wood there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, it's your paddy fields.
Yes, I'm going to open this up and then brace myself.
Sometimes you feel like you've got nothing done. You have 1,000 things on the go. And so what you need to do is go and take a photo. So the rice bundles were already done last week. But the rest of this, well, I am just taking a photo to show my client roughly the area it fills. Half work in progress, half done. I hope you can tell which is which. The water effects need to finish drying, but those two patties are mostly done. There is a few more items to do, but other than that, things are looking good. Plus, I have no terrain stuff to show off for Wit Wednesday Day. So what terrain have you done up? What cool crafting creation do you have going on? I want to see what you are doing, but as always, say it with me now, keep those brushes wet.
Oh, okay, we stopped. We end the recording.
Oh no!
That's what happens after you say that.
I said the magic words
All
at the
right,
wrong
so
time.
you are going to give some criticism or so. Okay?
Yes, and we've talked about the...
She just took the mouse from me.
Well, you let go of the mouse, so I thought you wanted me to...
I see.
Ooh, look at it. I love the barrels. The barrels look very Japanesey because that's how Japanese barrels look, like that light wood. And I think I like the way you've done wood these days, especially with the variations that you've been doing, this new technique. At least I feel it's new. Maybe it's not new for you, but you've done it with the airbrush where you just sort of go with a dark color and then you have like different shades of brown and then you just sort of like, you know, brush it in different areas. And I like that, you know, like it's...
You know that you've stopped on the rice patties, not on the wood.
Well, I suppose I should go back to the wood. See? It's a bit difficult to see in this one. Maybe okay, this one. See here? See here? You've got the different things going on.
How about I see if I can find some of the pictures which you so desire?
That one. See how much it looks just like bamboo? I don't think it's actually made from bamboo, but it looks like Japan. Looks like Japan, and look at yes. And then the rice patties are very nice. I think that you've made a good choice with the green. At first I thought it was a little too bright, maybe, I think, but then it looks really nice. And yeah, because the water gel was still drying, but now it looks like a flooded field, and I'm quite liking that. We did talk about how the rocks were a bit weird, though.
But that's
just the thing.
3D print comes out.
But it's looking really good, honey. I'm not sure how maybe it's just a picture. I didn't really feel like it was an issue when I saw it in real life, but in the picture it does look a bit much, this dry brushing. But in real life it doesn't look like that bad.
You know, you're meant to tell me what I've done well and what I've done badly.
I just told you what you done well. I said the wood. The wood is... Oh, the steel.
She's picked up the pieces. She's not allowed to do this. She's cheating again. All right. So next up we have...
Christopher Mazur. It will be 3 years before I finish all of these, but this one is coming along nicely. I think it's just because he's put in that much detail.
Yeah, and like I
mean, look at all those gauges. It's got the green half and the yellow section and the red section. It's like...
Well, see, like, and see, like, the thing is, my dude, I think this is a printed piece, which is really good. Because, yeah, taking a look at it, I think I can tell that it's a printed piece. But the thing is, when it comes to all of this, you know, don't... Yes, you have your own. Stop stealing my drink.
I couldn't find it.
It was literally right next to you.
It was away from my eye.
Then put it within your eye.
But then you tell me to take it off this area.
You just put it right next to the mic some of the times. Anyway, so I think that it looks really good, but down here, my dude, that was you've seen this in the other room.
I have. It's not yours, is
it?
Oh, this is yours.
See, this is when I was building it.
Yeah, because it looks a lot like the one that you showed me a long time ago.
It's up there.
I know. I just thought that it was someone else's one. And I was like, it looks like yours.
And see, like, the thing is, when you look at it, you're like, oh, that's going to take forever. But if you just keep with it, my dude, you'll get there. You will, I promise. But you just got to keep with it. And that's And that's the big thing. You have to keep with it.
And it looks fantastic. It's a party. It's a party wall, okay? You can hear the dooms, 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 dooms coming from the coils.
I can imagine these Terminators just going through there.
And then you have the troopers going...
And you know, like, your vision's really limited, and you're, like, looking around.
Well, maybe
and it's just... And you know, all of these people with glow sticks in there, and
it's just like the fudge is happening right now, guys.
Ah, hooray! We are not a adult content today.
Yes,
because she says fudge.
I try. Yes.
It's because she swears on the things. All right, next up we got Brushstroke, and Brushstroke has betrayed us. He didn't write something up here. He should have just.
Yeah, honey.
He should have said. He should have said. You know, whip Serbian Raider up here. Siberian.
He's just thinking like an old man. Don't mind him.
No, it's because he's shed. He needs to type something. He says he needs to type smooth butts.
Yeah, that I will agree on that. Yeah.
But yeah, it's got the key 3 elements.
Tallarn sand. Right?
No, Tallarn sand's like a yellow brown. This is red.
Well, you could add some Tallarn sand for the sand and call it Tallarn Sand Desert.
I'd like to apologise to everybody watching. But I think it's looking really good, my dude.
It is looking good, but I'm a little bit confused because I know in deserts there are some parts that are like sand and some part that's a cracked earth, but I think because they both look the same color. It's
because it's Martian.
Ooh!
And once he's putting on the Martian rider, you know, I think it'll tie it all together.
Oh, okay. Cool beans.
Oh, yes.
Look at the pond.
Oh, I'm a top contributor too, as well.
I don't know how it's...
I don't put it on my name, though. I don't know why or how someone becomes a top contributor.
Yeah, we don't know how the analytics works. Well, no, algorithm, I suppose.
Yeah.
Good morning, WAYPNers. It's a Whip Wednesday, so who doesn't beat themselves up? I mean, seriously, if it isn't hobbying, it has to be work, home life, or some else everyone does it. You know what I did? When I'm not doing enough, I am making enough despite going 24/7, so it seems. Then I take a look and I go, okay, you are a loon. Here is what I have been up to. Enough terrain to fill up my whole lightbox area. A 2x2 area again. Cleaning and gap filling, 2 separate projects, and printing, cleaning, and priming some miniatures of my own so I can print things for myself. But that isn't enough. Alongside, life. But once again, you take the photos and look at the things, you realize, no, you absolutely Looney Tune, don't beat yourself up. You are doing a massive amount of work and more. So I humbly ask you do the same if you are beating yourself up and take stock of what you have actually done, because you might realize it's a lot. Alright, folks. Beep, 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 beep.
What's that last bit?
And I'm not gonna fall for the same trap twice.
Alright, so you wanted to start criticizing...
Look at this here pond, you guys. Does it not look like the pondiest pond you have ever pond upon? Okay, originally, I'm not sure if I'm right to say this, but I feel that the rocks should not have been that sort of cool grey color. I felt it should have been a more warm grey, but maybe it's just me thinking along the lines of contrast, because you've got a lot of cool tones, and I thought the rocks could have been more like a warm tone color. But
I guess for me, because I don't see warm tone rocks in those shapes, those jagged shapes.
I guess you're right. They're usually quite sort of greyish.
Yeah, whereas, warm tone rocks are usually a lot smoother and rounder.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's my experiences. I
I'm
am no geologist, but, as far as I know, that's how they usually look.
Well, for me, I've not been in nature as long as you have, so I guess...
Yes, you're like, here is the differences between this concrete and that concrete. And
Yes,
I'm like,
and just like, I know this. I make my own concrete. Thank you. You do know the things. Yes.
all right. So, do you want to comment on any?
Yes,
of
I actually helped with making the bamboo
these?
painting
You did
for
the
the fence.
green.
Yeah, with the green, and it was a real pain in the butt trying to go
I
between
think-
the gaps.
I think that you just get very frustrated with it because the other day you're like, I hate this, and then I'm like, all right, cool, I'll just do it myself, and then I'm like, did up like half of your stuff in like half an hour, and you're like,
I was trying to make it look really nice and go between the gaps and things like that. And trying really, really, really hard to have as little like green paint touch the rest of the brown stuff.
yeah, I did that too.
Yeah, I know.
There it is.
Paddy fields,
oh
yeah.
no, this one is.
No, this the water is done. The water actually is done.
It actually dried up.
Yeah, but I think in this angle the reflection just did not come through.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the pond was really great. I know your client was super happy with the pond.
Yes.
And we also discussed about how after putting on your little soil on the basis of the sand.
This is me doing up a Necron kill team. And it's just me assembling stuff.
Oh, yeah,
And
look at this tree.
it's not a tree, it's a dragon.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
And this is me assembling a guy putting putty on. And this is me priming
Ninja.
up some ninjas and some enforcers and some assassins. So yeah, like
No, how can she be an assassin with that hair? It's so not stealth.
it's very stealthy. Especially when I paint it bright orange.
Because when the hair just absorbs all of the sound, the hair is the soundproofing. Is that it?
All right, great. So I'm glad that I can actually move on now. Oh, and that was the other stuff, which was the work in
But yeah, I
progresses.
think you did a really great job with following the look of the Japanese farm or whatever these farmlands. Yeah, the
Okay.
farm lifestyle.
I'm leaving now.
What?
It's done. There was.
I was telling you the good things. And
All right. What is okay?
I think-
good, bad. What can I improve?
Okay, I think you've done the. I think the way you do textures are really good.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really say what is bad about this stuff because it's kind of pretty standard. I do really like that you used your airbrush to create the little wave textures in the pond. It really adds to that realism.
So what can I do better?
What can you do better? Blink.
So warm tone rocks.
I suppose it's just like my thoughts, but maybe I'm thinking in an artistic form. Like I just thought that contrast could have been.
Okay, warm tone rocks.
Warm tone rocks, but everything else I thought you did great, and it's just you've captured the essence of things.
Okay, great. And I think this is our last fellow.
Look, he is painted in the frames, and you know what, Joseph? I have to agree with you. It does look good after you add the frames.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes together really nice.
Metal is getting there now.
Yeah, and I think this is a wait. Oh! The metal is getting there now. I hope to have him finish the weekend. But I also want to play a lot of Aeon Trespass. We will see how much gets done. So is this part of Aeon Trespass?
No, this is Kingdom Death.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I should have known that after seeing the stone faces on the base.
Yes.
But look,
Stone
I do
faces.
just absolutely love how he's gotten that moss texture
I think
on the tree.
I think that it's all come together really nicely, my dude.
Really, really well done. I think this is some of your best work, actually.
No, I won't say it's some of his best work. I'd say it's really good, but I won't say it's some of his best work because, like, I really liked the Hulk from last week. Mm-hmm. Joseph's really been going on a bit of a rampage. No, the king from Kingdom Death. Remember the Tyrant King, the Dragon King. Like that was.
Yeah, I'm saying that this is. I feel this is one of the like up there.
Well, no. So like I don't quite feel the same, Joseph, and I'm not having to go. The only thing is like I think that we should judge appropriately. I think that like this is good. It is good, but I'd say that you done better, right? I think that terrain is always going to not rate as highly as miniatures.
Maybe.
Because they're not as exciting. But I do think, like, for example, like the leaves, I feel like these should pop out a bit more.
Yeah, it should. I will agree on that. You can add a little bit more of that yellow coming through from the lanterns in some parts of the underside of the tree. The leaves.
And so also with the model itself, see, it's not a mold line, right? But see how you've got that there? I think once he does, like, he's really got to do a black rim or something around there. And, like, I know it's a work in progress, right? But, like, the reason why I was having a go the way I was, honey, is because I think we have to be appropriate. And I think this is good. It's good. It's not bad. I think that you've given yourself a hard time about the lighting.
Yeah, because it's really good.
It looks quite nice. I think the only issue is with the OSL right here is the metal.
Yeah, the metal would have had more.
And the skulls, like, they feel like they're separate from this, right? See, I'm not as torn up about down here because that's how they actually look, but I feel like down here isn't, like, it looks very realistic in some areas and then not as realistic in others.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, see, the skull up here with the yellow, I feel like it's very good, but I feel like there should be, like, some slight yellow on here, and maybe once he gives us, like, that 3D sort of view, you know, he usually takes the 4 pictures in a row and puts them together.
Yeah.
Like, we'll have a better shot, but I feel like it's good work. It's good work. You know, it's better than average, but I won't say that it's some of his best because I think he has been doing some of his best this year. I think he's been going all out. Like, the King and Hulk is some of my favorites of his this year. But yeah, and I think that's one of the things that we do, and not necessarily just us, but everyone in general. Because they overly praise certain things, they also, by the same note, make it so that other things worthy of praise don't feel like they are praised. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You feel like it...
No, I do think it makes sense.
Okay, yeah. And yeah, so I just want to say, you know, like, I think you've done a great job. I think everyone on here, I think that you've all done a great job in that you have put the effort in. Because here's the thing, that's the hard part. Putting the effort in each and every week. Because here's the thing, right? Everybody can do a lot once. Right?
Yeah.
You can do that big push and, you know, get the house ready for the relatives and maybe put in, like, a week's worth of effort in a couple of days.
Yeah.
But it's all about actually putting in that effort consistently. It's about each and every day going from this to, you know, what we saw before.
Yes.
It's about last week, this was just grey. And now it's got some green.
Colour. Yeah.
It's about, you know, each of these pieces here were just a piece, right? But now it's all come together and you can see where the efforts come in. And, like, these quote-unquote just boxes, remember how he said they felt like just boxes?
They feel like boxes anymore.
They feel like feature pieces compared to some of the other ones. And I'm not saying that these are bad, you know, your printed terrain, right? I'm just saying they feel like features.
Yeah.
Right? Just like how your cars feel like features more than the toys do.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. This is what it builds to. It builds to an actual beautiful game piece. You know, it's not just a twig. It's not this. It's all of those weeks where Alan's saying, I've been travelling. I haven't gotten enough time in. I got the armor done. I got the fur done. I got this. And that's what it's about, guys. It's about pushing each and every week, each and every day. Just getting that little bit in here and there. So, guys, girls, everyone, I'd like to ask you, and it's not just a tagline this time, but keep those brushes wet. Bye-bye, guys.